Oh yeah. Good morning. Merry Christmas. It is I, your happy good morning. Happy Merry Christmas. PoGokeRo here with you. All you other lonely people hanging out this Christmas morning. Now, I'm not totally lonely. I got my cats over here, right? So, and like, though I have no one in my space time around me, I have family and friends like scattered around the world, and I'm connected with them via this amazing technology. So hey, check it out. It's not that bad. And I'm here with a very special Christmas morning broadcast. This is my gift to you guys, right? Because like, I gotta give something. So here, ba-dum-ba-bum-bum. Yo, I got my Christmas tree going right here. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? There's no plastic in it, no nothing. Well, I mean, like, yeah, it's like minimal trash, and reusing symbolism. Oh, it's all great. It's all wonderful. I got like multiple, branches. It's great. This is wonderful. So hey, yeah, dude, Christmas morning. Here I am. This time I am using the. Oh, let me turn this down. Now I am using the turn this way down. All right, you're in the background, homie music. Okay, so this is using the updated texture pack, and I like it because I didn't mind the old texture pack. It's just the glass was awful. And now the glass is much better with Minecraft's new texture pack update here. So I dig it. I'm gonna use it. And check out my farm here. Yeah, Christmas morning. I like Christmas because I have fond memories. And for me, yeah, of course, in the very beginning, it was all about the what's it called? The gifts. You're a kid, right? It's all the material stuff. But as you get older, it starts to change. And so for a while, like, I didn't follow the Christmas traditions. I'm like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to follow it because my mom would. And then I realized after I moved out and I moved far away, my mom was doing all that work. That was work. That's work to carry on that tradition. I mean, because that's a lot of stuff. When you think about the Christmas tradition and holidays, to me, I remember many, 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 many things. And that was a lot of work. And that was primarily the women who did the work, right? Because when I remember Christmas, it was wow, that's loud. When I remember Christmas, it was, skip this song. When I remember Christmas, it was a lot of food, a lot of home-cooked food. It was a really, really beautiful set table at Grandma's house. It was all the adults sitting around at the table, and the little kids at their little table. The men, okay, sometimes, in the summertime, the men would barbecue in the back. So that was their deal, right? But of course, all the men would hang out in the back and drink and smoke. So, And women still did a lot of cooking because they did the other half of the cooking, which is not the meat part. So, yeah, I remember Christmas. The traditions were carried a lot by the women in our family. I don't know if that was the way for all the families, but for our family it was. And now that I moved out and I see, like, wow, it doesn't feel very Christmassy. I wonder why. Oh, because I'm not doing it, and my mom's not there to do it for me. So I'm like, oh, if I want this feeling, I can't just like offload it on other people to make it for me. I have to do it myself. So then I have to think, well, then why am I doing this, right? Why would I bother to do this Christmas tradition? So when I lived in Southern California, Like I didn't really get it because there's not really much of a change of seasons there. I mean, there is a little bit, but not now. I'm up in Salem, Oregon, and man, it's a huge difference. You have seasons here, and like we're in the dark time, like of like the winter, the sol. We just passed the solstice, and it gets dark and it stays dark, and I'm like, man, it's darkness. It's just dark. It's dark. I and so I kind of see why you want some lights going along, like that festival light to keep you up, keep your spirit going. Because man, it just gets dark, and I don't even want to. I just want to stay in bed all the time. I don't even want to leave the house. Uh, yeah. So here I am. Let me show you what I've worked on. So I've kind of cleared out underground here, and I had to rework this machine because this machine was broken in many different ways. Number one being that it locked one of these hoppers so that none of the goods would flow through ever. They'd just get stuck here forever. And it was a problem that had been there since the beginning. Like, how many months have I had this automatic farm? And it's always been a problem. I just never noticed it because I didn't understand the mechanics well enough. And now, once I understood the mechanics of redstone and this machine, the hoppers, then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is broken. So I just put this real simple machine. I put it in glass so I wouldn't accidentally break it. But this is just like the most basic loader system. Like, it's so basic. It's like, it's so simple, but it works well enough for my purposes. So I got that one, and I got it over here, not encased in glass. So I got two loader systems, and then I got a line of hoppers right here, right? And that's going over where you can't see it. Where's these hoppers going? Oh, look. That is my automatic sugarcane farm. So we come out here. So that way, instead of me having to constantly open it, I just drop stuff in there and it flows automatically to here through the hoppers. Right there. And then into this chest. And then this chest should flow automatically down into that hopper. Or it does. It flows automatically down in that hopper. All this stuff here, when it works, I probably need to put a new one in because this always happens. Like, this is so wasteful. I need to put another one. I need to make a new one here. That'd be like my project, I guess, for today. I can make a new melon farm real quick because I have a better. This is a way more efficient system. Anyways, it'll get pushed into the water. It goes in here. So now we have two deals here, and then we have this one also going in. And so that's two lines. And then we got this third line going. Oh, I don't know. Look at that. There's two different tracks going. Down there. Who knows? I'll show you later. My goodness. My goodness. So yeah, I cleared out the underground so you could kind of see what's going on. So it's not that profoundly different. We're not very, very far. Look, remember my auto furnace that I borrowed? I learned from Skippy 6. And but I made it. There wasn't enough room, so it poked through up into the surface. So that kind of sucked. I need to remake this, but smaller, or like lower. Here's the outside of my base. Yeah, and here's the top. You have no idea, like, how much auto farms are going. Okay, and then the big deal is I've been working on this. Zombie spawner, right? You guys remember the zombie spawner I was working on? Look at that. That's brand new. And then here used to be the entrance. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone now. That's where the zombies pop up. And look at this. Remember those a big rock? There's a bunch of rock here. Okay. there is our zombie spawner. So come down here. So we're standing on top of the zombie spawner. And over there is the elevator where they go up. And then when they push over, and then they fall back down. We finished that in the last episode. Put a torch here, a couple torches there, man. It's dark. It's not centered. I don't think there's a way to center it. Let's see. Close enough. No. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, it's good. There it is. Yeah, okay. Anyways, let me go back down. Let me go down here. Remember, this is the end portal. This is on the way down to go to the end portal. Here's that stuff. Here's the end portal. Like, we're right next to the end portal. And look at all this stuff. Remember, you guys remember what the zombie spawner looked like when I first got here. So basically, we remember Captain Pones and I, we built this. There's the original marker that I built in. So there's zombies spawn in there. They fall in the water. They get funneled over to the zombie elevator. They go up the elevator. They go up to that thing up there. They get pushed over and they fall in here. And sometimes they resist. They're like, no, I don't want to go in. But then peer pressure. Right? It's like, where else you gonna go, homie? Okay. And then they fall here. And they get hurt really, really bad. So all it takes is one little hit and it hurts them. Okay, and so here, I'll show you what I mean. Right here. Like, bop, 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 bop. And I get ridiculous experience points. And then, but look at all the stuff that falls out, right? Look at all those items. What happens to all the items? Look, that guy has a sword. Look at all the crap items. Like, I don't want to get filled with their crap. And I've already got some as it is. Like, throw that in there. So they're all standing on top of a hopper. So what happens is anything they're holding, or anything that drops on them, like, look at them resist. They're like, no, I don't want to go in. I don't want to. And then they just forget. Like, I don't want to go in. So let me show you what happens here. This is the evil reprocessing center. So basically, these guys are evil. They're zombies, right? They eat brains. They hurt people. There's a bunch of villagers, and whenever they see a villager or turtle eggs, they go and kill them. So yeah, zombies, seriously. Zombies go kill turtle eggs, right? And zombies also kill villagers. So zombies are evil. And they spawn endlessly from this spawner. Now, we could kill the spawner or render it neutral, but then so it stops spawning evil, but then it's still there. And since it's going to be there, why not get energy out of it, right? It's basically an energy machine. Why don't we just transform it? So I took a bunch of time and I took a bunch of material and I combined it, right? Alchemy. Woo! If you want to get all weird or whatever, be all poetic, right? Because I can bend words. And I created a machine to literally transform evil things into good stuff, right? Because what happens is, let me show you what happens. Go in the back here. Oh, okay, so let me go down here. So the hopper feeds into this elevator, item elevator right here. It feeds into this bottom part right here. Then it goes up too, and then it hops along this item elevator. Now the first filter it gets to is the non-stackable item sorter. So if you're a non-stackable item, you fall in here. That's armor, or that's a tool, or that's swords. A bunch of crap, basically, is what it is. Because most of the armor is broken or crap. If it's gold armor, it's not worth anything. If I really wanted to, I could save the gold armor. But there's no way filtering out the gold armor from all the other armor. So you can't filter out like particular items, I think. You can only filter out if it's stackable or not stackable. So if you're not stackable, which is a bunch of crap, you fall into this thing. And you can see here, this is the item dispenser, and it shoots the stuff into the lava. So if you're an item and you're coming along this, and you're a non-stackable item, I don't have any non-stackable items that I want to throw away. All the other stuff was great, but here, let me bump into these guys. Let me see if we can steal some of their stuff by accident, by dropping in. Did I get anything? No. Here, what in here? Oh, minecart. Okay, minecart's non-stackable. You can't stack minecarts. What a waste of iron, but you know, whatever. Gotta be something. Come on, not a water bucket. That's way better than a minecart. You can't. Oh, you can stack buckets. Damn. Oh! All right, minecart it is. I mean, I can just make a stone tool. Come on. I mean, not that. I mean, like I should care, right? Like, yeah, stone hoe. I'm gonna throw away stone hoe. You can't stack stone hoes. They're like, you can't stack it. So what happens is that it's gonna come along here, and instead of going over to the meat part, which saves all the stackable items, it's gonna go over here to the non-stackable items. So I'm gonna put it in the pipe, drop it in the pipe. It's gonna flow along, hit this, and then it popped out, and you hear it go click. It went click and deposited it in this way. and just because, you know, I don't want to keep that stuff. So if you're a bunch of armor, I don't want to keep you. I put you in lava, so you're done. So you have to remember also, the zombie spawner only works for a certain distance. So if I walk away too far away, like over here, it won't work anymore. So I have to stay over here for it to continually spawn zombies. So what I like to do is I like to go up to my AFK sauna, sit in here, and then go do a household chore. Go do something. For, you know, go cook dinner, go fold the clothes, go clean my room, go make my bed, go clean the bathroom, go do something that I should do. And then when I come back, there's a mob of zombies there. There's a ton of zombies. So I'll go over there, and I'll just, after I'm done with my chore, I'll come back and go, oh look, all these zombies. And then mob, oh, he dropped a shovel. So watch, drop the shovel. Oh, damn it, I looked away. Ah! I do that all the time. I look away at the wrong time, every time. Anyways, you get the picture, right? It'll get deposited, shoot out into there. Alright. And then once it gets deposited into there, there's a minecart that's not here now, but when it is here, it'll show up and it'll drop off. It'll pick up all the stuff. It'll stay here until it's full. Well, it'll stay here until this is empty. So this hopefully will never fill up. Because this minecart needs to, this hopper needs to be empty before this minecart will leave. So, which is usually not an issue, because I empty out all the crap. Yeah, so that's an awesome thing I do. So then we take the minecart back to the station. And I made the minecart go through the dungeon that I already explored. Scary, huh? Yeah, it is. All right. And then back home, right? So, yeah, there's that thing I did. What does it do? Now, here, let's follow along here, where this thing is going, because all three of those minecart stations. Ow! All three of those minecart stations. That one. Let's see. That one, which comes from the farm. This is already empty. And that one, where are all this one, are all going somewhere. Where are they going? When they go up here, that third one goes this way, and it'll connect. And it goes in there. I can't fit in there, but I can go over here and go around. Follow that. Go around this item sorter that I already made. And there it goes, all three of them. It goes under my base. There's the original mine. It just goes under my base, and it goes all this way. This is all three of those mine carts. You can see it in the distance. All three. Oh, you can see all three of them. See, they're all. So they all only go where there's a player. Why did you stop? You must need more. Ooh, okay. This third one needs additional lines. Oh yeah, dude. Are you empty? No. Ooh. Ah! So they all go to my base. They all go up here to back here. There's a drowned back here. What? What are you doing back here, dude? How'd you get back here? Did you spawn? It must be too dark somewhere. Oh, right there? Wow, I didn't know. Even that close, they could spawn here. Oh. All right. Anyways, okay. So they all come here. There's that one. See, he's depositing his stuff. Two of them are. So yeah, these guys are from Central Station. They're depositing their stuff. That one is from the farm. Oh, some crap got in there. That one's from the farm, depositing stuff. Ooh, and that one is also, that's from the sugarcane farm and from the melon farm. She has no melons because that melon farm is no good. Sorry, Rogue Fox, I gotta make a better one. Let's see. So they're dropping all their stuff into this pipe here. You see it's all flowing? But there's nothing flowing from this one. Oh, yeah, there is something flowing from this one. Oh, that one's locked. Why is this one locked? No, it's not locked. It's not locked. This one's full. This hopper is full. So it can't go anywhere because that one's... I'll show you what I mean. Alright, that one's full of stuff, you see? So it can't empty out into there until that's empty. Oh, so it just did, right? So yeah, see? So it went back. Actually, those two are went back. But these ones are still full, so they can't leave. So that's the bad. I gotta redo this one because that's the bad design. It shouldn't share this one pipe. These guys shouldn't be locked on the same pipe. These guys should go down a couple levels, and then go across pipes. So it doesn't lock them individually. But I'm still thinking of the time when iron was scarce. I'm not used to having an iron farm. This is my very first iron farm, so it's amazing. It's like it changes the game once you have an iron farm. Because like yeah, these big projects wouldn't be possible without an iron farm. Oh, there's a lever there. That's why. I'm like, why can't I do anything there? So yeah, first thing you guys got to do if you're playing Minecraft survival mode, make an iron farm. No joke. It changes everything, the iron farm. See, comes in here, deposits the melons that were up there, goes back up. Now I got melons chilling here, waiting till this hopper's empty, because these guys are all emptying. These guys are all super full. Okay. So this cart is empty, but it won't activate because this hopper is full of crap, still moving it along. That's why I need to make it go down a level and then go across. I can probably still do that. I don't have anything below me. I don't have any hoppers on me yet, but I'll do that later. Oh wait, no, because I can't, because look at this pipe is here. This is the level of the pipe. If I do that, then it's going to be a level lower, and then my item sorter is not going to work. It's going to be in the wrong level. I don't want to do that. Of course, you know, look at me, listen to me. Like, I'm using the super simple, these are super simple item, or what's it called? Minecart unloaders. It's not difficult to make these. These are real simple. There's one comparator, one repeater, a redstone torch, and some dust. And then like 2 blocks. That's it. 2 blocks. 2 blocks, man. It's so easy. This is not like a giant project. It's easy to move these things. Like, that's what made me so hesitant to change my very first loader, because it was so complicated. It was by Nanorex, and it used 2 sticky pistons, man. 2 sticky pistons, and I think like 3 comparators. Holy crap, for a loader. But it might be super advanced, so like I couldn't get it to work. Maybe because it's bedrock. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't doing it right. I think I wasn't doing it right. I think the hoppers are getting. I was locking the hoppers, and I think that's what broke it. But it's hard to make. That's my point. These are easy. So if I really want to unlock these, make these minecarts move faster, I can unlock it. I can break these, make them a level higher, and then do it that way. It's not that hard. But let me show you the other half of this. I mean, this is pretty cool, right? Central. I mean, like, these guys will move in time if I really care, which I don't right now. But because most of the time I'm gonna AFK here anyways. Oh, damn it. Alright, so this is the item sorter. And so everything comes from all these different places. And it deposits. You got your wheat here, you got your carrots coming in here, you got your potatoes there, you got your sugar cane there. Look at that, I gotta empty that pretty soon, because I have to make an overflow. You got your melons there, you got your well, you got your pumpkins there, your melons there, you got your that there. I need to empty it out from this used to be the junk pile. Ooh, more rail, nice. This used to be the junk pile. And then no. And then I extended the item sorter to include rotten flesh to trade to the clerics for glowstone and stuff like that. And now this is the trash pile, which I need to yeah, I should probably have a flush. I can flush it into flush it into lava if I don't want the stuff in there. So I'll work on that. So yeah, that's what I'm so excited. I don't know. I think that's so cool. And then I got my dudes here all loving each other. They're all, we're full of love on this Christmas morning. Here, and they got the beautiful view of the desert. Oh man. Then I'm working on getting all my tools set up again because I lost them. I lost a bunch. Then yeah, I got my armor all set up nice. Everything's got mending on it so that I don't have to look for more diamonds, even though I have to anyways. Got my farm going here. I got all my peeps. Like, everything is going great, guys. Look at this. My cats are like fighting behind me. I'm want to watch. Oh wait. I want to see these guys leave. I need to do this sooner rather than later so I can watch them leave. That's the melon cart. That's always going back and forth. But I can drop them a level lower. No, raise these guys a level higher. I mean, so I can drop them down. Drop down the hoppers. Yeah. Anyways, that's all Minecraft stuff. You guys don't care. This is the next level floor I'm gonna work on once I get here. Here's the pyramid level. Here's the mine. I think the item sorter I'm gonna make here. I'm gonna make an item elevator using this water. The same idea. That goes up and using the, I think, what's his name? Zap. Is that him? Rabbit S'more is the dude who showed me the 2 item elevator. And Zap, I think, is the guy who made the item dispenser that works great in Bedrock. Man, this is so boring. Anyways, okay. And then once I get my item elevator, I can like mine this out. What level am I on? I'm on level 14. I can like dig down a level and start just going nuts. And then I can dump everything inside this chest. This chest will shoot out into this water stream. It'll go up to my item sorter up there, and then my item sorter on my mining level, because I'll have like central. Oh, it'll go up to there. I can even have it go up to up to there to be processed in my item sorter. I have a mining. I have a mining item sorter. Man, and because I'm tired of using minecarts. Minecarts are lame, dude. That's the old school. I like using item elevators if I can do that, to have those items go up instead of using a minecart and making a deposit station. Dude, just use water and for the whole pipe. I mean, if you really want to, sure, you can drop them in a hopper, but come on, that's so lame. Packed ice and water, dude. I'm a nerd. I don't know. I like Minecraft a lot, and I can't get any of my friends into it because I think they can't get into it. They want to play games that you shoot people and it's instant action, and it's like high tension, and like I don't want to deal with that. I like to like relax and chill. And then like, so because when you play those games, you can't be talking about nothing else except the game. Unless you're not, while you're playing Minecraft, you can talk about whatever as you're digging. And then you can stop for a second and say, how about this? And then do that. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, I need to work on this entrance because this is so boring. But yeah, so okay, so once I get my mind going, I can have all the items come up the item elevator to this level here. Where I'll build another processing center, or I could have it come up here and have the processing center be over here, around that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and then build out that way for my love fest here, my dudes, and then hollow this out to be one big window for my dudes. Central processing. Okay, so what's going on in the real world? I don't want to talk about it because you know why? It's so bad. But we knew it was going to happen, right? Everyone who saw Trump for what Trump is knew this was going to happen. Kitty cat, stop it, dude. Oh, are you guys like play fighting or playing or what? Duder. Why so hunter like? I see your eyeballs are big. Your pupils are large, like you want to attack and hunt. And then Mod, what's Mod doing? What are you doing, Mario Mod? She's like, I'm trying to chill, but this cat keeps attacking me. Is that true, Mario Mod? You just want to chill, but he's attacking you? Is that true, duty? Yeah, it is, huh? And you're like, oh no, he called me out. Yes, it's true. I called you out, dude. You're on notice. Oh no. Oh no, he's been noticed. No longer ninja. He's out in the open. We're watching you. Yeah, that's right, dude. You're on notice. You're under scrutiny. You thought you were a ninja, but now the ninja must vanish. Ta-da! Oh, you're playing with the bag. So you're fighting over the bag? Is that what you guys are doing? Really? I got another one. I got tons of them. Yeah. Let me go grab a bag. Hold on, I'll be back real quick. Because I don't want these cats fighting over a bag. Here. There we go. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! You get a bag. You get a plastic bag. Okay. So yeah. So our country is in peril, but it's been in peril. And here's the thing: I feel a lot better now than I did a few months ago, because I was a little bit worried that things weren't going to happen, and that people weren't going to care that all this was happening. I think the election, the blue tsunami, was like my first indication that okay, things might be okay. We're not okay, but things are like moving in the right direction. I mean, we're still real bad, right? Because our president is a Russian agent. So our president's a Russian agent. The Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, is probably compromised by Russia. So we got two Russians. Senator Rand Paul hand-delivered a letter to Putin. Right? That's three. That's three senators. Or that's three people. Devin Nunes, who got reelected as a representative, he's on Team Russia. That's four people. Lindsey Graham, he's totally protecting all those guys. That's five people. Who are all those senators that went to Moscow, who went to Russia on the 4th of July, dude? Do you realize that happened? Do you understand that happened? Like a whole bunch of senators, a whole bunch of Republican senators on the 4th of July went to Moscow. I mean, if you got to see these. I mean, connect the dots. Connect the dots, right? The thing is, okay. Remember how I was telling you about ethereal? I was telling you about ethereal world, astral plane, ethereal plane, right? Okay, and the astral plane was cold. It was just like outer spacey, right? The astral plane. It's just like the gods themselves are just concepts, and like with nothing. They're infinite because they're literally nothing. So that's why they're infinite, because until you're formed, you're just a probability. You're infinite. Your potential is infinite because I mean, like with diminishing possibility. I mean, I guess not infinite. Okay, so an electron, right? Do you know what the Heisenberg uncertainty principle is about? So, okay. So we got a proton. We got an atom. We got an atom floating in atom. Is made of a hydrogen atom. We're gonna go with the hydrogen atom, which is real simple. One proton and one electron. So the proton's chilling there in the middle, and electron is flying around this proton. So the Heisenberg uncertainty principle says we can know like how fast it's going or where it is, but we can't know both. We can't do it. We can't know both things at the same time. Because if we know, I gotta go somewhere. So I'm not just blabbering. We can't know both things at the same time. Because if you know how fast something is going, that means you don't know where it is, because it's just moving. And if you know where it is, that means you can't know how fast it's going, because it's not moving if you know where it is. So instead, punk, come on, dude, come on. Yeah, run away. You run away. Okay. So instead of knowing how, okay. Take this other. So you can't know either one of them to absolute the temple of transformation. The best you can do. Yeah, I took those paintings off. The best you can do is get like a window. Like, we can guess it's going about this fast, and it's in about this location. That's where it's probable. Like, within this range is where it's going to be. It can be over here, but it's very, very diminishing, like the possibility. Ugh. So what we're looking at is like a cloud. We can't actually know either one. It's just a possibility. I forgot why I started talking about Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Let's see. I was talking about all the bad senators who went their way. And then I started talking about Heisenberg uncertainty principle. I don't know why. Cloud of probability, possibility. Oh, astral points, astral projection points. Okay, connect the dots. I got it. Okay, I remember now. Okay, so you have like in the astral plane, they're just points. The thing is not actually there. It's just a possibility. So what? And that possibility is like a pretty big potential, right? But you don't know really what it is or where it is or how fast it's going until you do it. So, and that's the whole point. You have to take the points, these points of information, which are just like, just points of information, and you have to embody them, and with your brain to process it and your body to give it, to transform nature, which is outside of you, into reflection of the astral thing, the points that you see. And then when you do that, you've created something. You've made something. You've given it form. You've taken these individual points, you've connected the dots, basically, and made something out of it. Now, the thing you made is limited because it's a thing you made, right? So it doesn't exhaust the potential possibilities of what this thing could be. But here's an example. And it's going to be within this range of potential. Y'all have seen it, right? So yeah, man. Okay. What else is going on? So the same thing can be said of the Trump-Russia conspiracy. That we have all these individual pieces of information that if you start to use your brain to connect the dots, the picture it makes, that once you connect all the dots, oh, this looks like treason. This looks like a coup. Okay, and remember what I've been telling you guys, right? There's a spirit within America that was all about that, was all about the coup. There's a spirit within America that is absolutely 100% on board with the coup. That spirit is the Confederacy. It's already manifested once before. And it was never extinguished the way that Germany tried to extinguish its Nazis. And I don't even know if they were successful, Germans. Like I know for sure we weren't successful because look at our minorities. The fact that we have such a wealth disparity in our minority population is telling. But then again, right? And here's the weapon that's used against white people, is that they say, oh, sure, dude, sure, you blame all the white people because you say white people have all the wealth. But there's a ton of poor white people. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So I should be very careful and say, well, wealth tends to pool in white populations. When you look at the data, that's what it looks like. Right? If you're going to be rich, chances are you're going to be white. But again, if you're going to be poor, chances are you're going to be white. Because there's more white people than there is anyone else. But then again, it's also true that if you're a minority, you have a better chance of being poor than if you're white. These are all true. So God, this is annoying as hell. All these zombies, man. I can't talk here. So I'm killing zombie ideas, right? I'm trying to kill these zombies' ideas on Christmas morning. So that we don't have these stupid ideas infecting our society anymore. I want people to love each other and be cool and not hate each other and recognize that we have way bigger issues to deal with. But we have to understand each other, right? If we can't understand each other, then we can't overcome our issues. And so this communication, and this is what this video is about. This is what, like, I guess this. Oh, see, all the stuff is going in. If you're stackable, you come in here. And if you're not stackable, you go in there to get shot out. So somehow I picked up crap. So here, if I can do this right. So I think that's not stackable. Well, oh. Ah! Oh, I love that. I should fix the one at the skeleton spawner because it does it a lot more. It's just fun to see things get chucked in the lava. And then so you can, if you really want the item, you can turn off this hopper and lock it, and then get the stuff out. But I don't want the crap. I want it to be all sorted for me. I don't want to carry it. I want it to be taken automatically to the place where it needs to go. I don't want to carry it. I want it to move there for me. So here, let's go to this other one. Look at this dungeon, dude. Oh, this is awful to explore because it was a big maze. But I had to explore it because I had to find the end portal. And once I found the end portal, then I just made a tunnel straight home. Yay! Okay, now I'm here. Where do I want to come? Oh yeah, it's the... No. Drano, no. I guess so I'm there. I guess so I'm... Oh yeah, let's talk about France. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I don't know the rest of the words. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I do, man. You know what? I want to play Christmas music, but I can't because I'll get sued into oblivion. They'll bleach out all of my video. So or mute it out so you can't hear anything, and that's no fun. Who wants to do that? Not me. So I can sing songs, right? I think that's okay. And feel Christmassy. Man, this is dark over here. I like this updated texture pack. This is cool. La guerre sur la mer. All right, so oh, I should have brought a I'm gonna go back because I want my trident. Because I forgot. Okay, so humans have to embody these points of light. That's the only way they're gonna come through. So if you find a pattern that you like, steal it. Don't steal it. Like, give credit. but yeah, like the idea. That's the whole point of ideas, right? They're just points. So you can take those points, embody those points, and then what you embody comes out, and then you give them. And that's like it. It's the same thing that I'm doing with my Minecraft deal here, right? You have these ideas in my head. I just see the world, and I'm like, how can I apply these ideas to my Minecraft world? And I just do it. I transform it. I transform the world with labor through my avatar, and make my ideas into reality. And sometimes they're broken. They don't work. A lot of times they're broken and they don't work. So I have to keep working on it and keep messing with it until I figure it out and get it right. Uh, and then when it works, it's like, oh, and it's awesome. Like this station, dude. Ken from K1 Gaming, what a great station. I want to make his other station in a bit. But yeah, dude, I love this station. It's so great. Okay. So, like, I want to talk about Christmas. There's two aspects, or there's like multiple aspects of Christmas. Of course, there's the de-Christianized version of Christmas, which is just Santa Claus and like the Christmas spirit, and that's like the safe version that we can all use, right? Because it's not really attached to anything. I hope not. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. You don't have to believe in Christianity to have the Santa Claus myth, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to put my hat on right, and it's not working. I work the other way better. La la la. Right, I'm not muted, right? Okay. Okay. And then there's like the Christian version of it, which is like, which is really appropriation of the pagan version, which is the solstice. They're like, oh look, everyone worships around this time. Let's take it over by putting Christianity on top. Nice. But the whole point of it is rebirth, because you die, and like, I mean, like, that's what fall is everything dying. And then that's the light dying too, right? Because the sun gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and then now it's super dark all the time. Well, after the solstice, things slowly start, the light slowly starts coming back, and life starts coming back. So that's why they put the birth of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, on Christmas. I mean, it's the birth of ideas, right? So you have to look at well, what does Jesus represent? Jesus represents all this good stuff: humility, compassion, mercy, goodwill, justice, faith, love. So these are all points, right? These are just things, and they exist within Heisenberg's cloud. And you can pull them out with your body, with your mind, and you give birth to them with your body into the material world. And when you do that, you've done it. It's done. And you can keep doing it. And then when you do it, it's going to be broken, probably. But that's the way it is, right? That's how it happens. And you learn from it. And then you work on it, right? I mean, this farm, dude, if you watch... So if you watch my videos from when I first made this farm, this plot of land right here that I'm looking at right here was a square. It was like... And it was, I had to plant it all by hand and then harvest it all by hand. And then that was back before they fixed it, when you can just hold it down and run along. And now it does it great. You can just hold it down, the button, and run along, and it plants everything. It's awesome. So nice. But back then, it didn't work that way. You had to click each and every single one. Oh, that was so annoying. I hated it. And then so I fixed it like this. Then I had my thing. And then it was broken until I fixed it like this. But then I had animals keep trampling all over my crops, and I hated it. So I put that fence up, and that's super nice. So like, yeah, I mean, like, it's evolution. But if you look at it now, at this snapshot, and this three-dimensional snapshot, you just see farm. You don't see how it's evolved and grown. So the only way you see how it's evolved and grown is through time, on another dimension, on a different level. Do you see what I mean? Now, when you look at Dr. Quantum and that little circle turned into a sphere, that's the circle body didn't disappear. That's the consciousness becoming a sphere, looking down, going, oh, check all this stuff out, and then going back into the body. You don't have to leave your body in order to move your consciousness a little bit to check it out. Because I guarantee you, when this body is gone, you're not gonna be able to come back to it. So, so enjoy it while you got it, right? Ching. uh, yeah. uh, so uh, so yeah. So use your body to make changes to this material world while you've got this body anchored to this material world. Because when it's gone, you're not going to be able to have it again. You might get another one. Who knows, right? but then again, it might be like of another creature. So who knows? Like it could be any. Like who knows? Yeah. Let's move around more. Use our body. Use our avatar. Do I have a horse? I do have a horse. I got stuff on me. I don't want to lose my stuff. So I'm going to deposit all my stuff. And then carry my horse out so I don't lose it if I die. I'm level 33, but levels don't matter anymore because I can, if I die, I can just use the zombie... I can use the evil reprocessing center, or the fletchery to level up again. It's so easy to level up now. That's the thing. The iron, man. Once you do the iron thing, it just doesn't matter anymore. Oh, there's the. Ooh, what I need there is silk touch. I can do that later. I'm naked now, right? Let me see. Make sure I drop off all my important stuff. Before I go adventuring, huh? Learn my lesson there. Don't go adventuring with the good stuff. Yeah, hey, there we go. Don't go adventuring with the good stuff. That's another lesson from Minecraft that you could apply to the real world. If you're gonna adventure with like your junk stuff. Oh, I wanted to fix that rail. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna do intermission real quick. Pause. Listen to the music, guys, and I'll be right back. going on here? Turn this down a little bit. Alright. Hey, showtime, sorry. Adjusting the levels here, the music levels. Kind of hard to do all this stuff at the same time, right? Hard to do everything at once. Hard to do everything at once. Hard to do. La 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 la. La la la. Alright, I think that's okay. Okay. So let's see. I'm still wearing my good stuff. I need to not wear good stuff. Dude, I got too much crap. This is all junk. Sorry, I'm gonna just get rid of some junk real quick. I don't have a proper trash can. I need to make a proper trash can. Okay. Man, going on an adventure. Hopefully, come on, eventually. Here, I'm gonna go on an adventure. I should take adventure crap with me, right? Not this good stuff. Infinity bow. No, I don't need an infinity bow. Crap. Sure. Sure, have a bow. I don't have a bow. Sure. Diamond sword. Oh wait, that's my great sword. Do I have any crap around here? No, I don't. Too many tridents. That's what I got. Crap. Sorry, guys. I gotta play the game a little bit. The game's like, play me! I demand it! I'm like, okay. But once I get myself situated here, I don't have to worry about dying. That's my main concern. Oh, yeah, my meme flex there. Breaking, I don't care if you break. Alright, so I need a sword. I think I can go down here in my crap. Yeah, a diamond sword, look at that, just laying there. Helm, boots, so boots, chest, right? Yeah, I got iron. There, adventure mode. I don't care if I die with this stuff on me. Nothing important. Got a lead so I can. Where my lead's at. I need a lead so I can lead my horse, and that's about it. fence post so I can post it up somewhere. A couple fence posts. All the fence post. No. Okay. Half the fence posts. Terracotta work. So why is there a giant pool here at World Spawn? Because twice I have spawned way up in the sky and fell to my death. I don't know why. I lost my pants, my enchanted pants, so I had to make new ones. I don't have them now, and then I lost my bow. Twice I just spawned up in the world and died, fell to my death. So I made this pool here, so if it happens again, I won't die. But yeah, it's stupid that I have to do that. We're in adventure mode. Okay, Christmas morning. Christmas. I'm wearing a Christmas hat, Christmas tree. My cats have their Christmas catnip. I had my Christmas coffee. Christmas coffee! Let me tell you about that story. Yay! So I forgot to buy coffee yesterday. And I didn't leave the house till like 7, and by that point everything was closed. So I had nowhere to buy coffee. So yeah, nowhere to buy coffee. So this morning at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I went around the city, driving around looking for coffee. And McDonald's was closed. I didn't know it, right? I went to McDonald's thinking, la la la, and then when I went up to it, they had cones, but I saw someone else drive through and stop there. So I'm like, oh, it must be open. So I went over there, and I went around the cones, and I drove up, and it said, hello, welcome to McDonald's. Do you want to try our new food item? And we'll take your order when ready. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you're open. To me, good morning, Merry Christmas, da 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 da. And then I started saying stuff, and then nothing came back. I'm like, oh, you're recording that's on all the time. That sucks. So I look like an idiot. Great, thanks, McDonald's. So I drove away, and I drove around until I found a big line of cars for Starbucks. I'm like, wow, okay, Starbucks is open on Christmas. So I went, and they didn't even acknowledge that it was Christmas. That's how weird it was. I guess it's a corporate. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they're open, right? Nothing's going on. Why should they even mention that it's Christmas? The poor workers, it's not Christmas for them. Man, that sucks. But I got coffee because I was too dumb to buy it at the store the day before. So yeah, but that's what powered me this morning. Hey, that's my Christmas morning story of the only place open for coffee on Christmas morning. Thanks, Starbucks. Sorry, workers. Bad Rob for not buying coffee when it was available. I should have suffered, but then my podcast wouldn't be as interesting, right? Yay, on my show. So yeah, going to the desert, killing zombies, killing monsters. When I can go to my spawner and do it efficiently. There's no point. But yeah. See, I start filling up with crap. You know what? There's one more zombie. Yeah, that's what I can do. What did I want to do? I want to sing Christmas music, dude. Jingle bells, jingle bells. It's Christmas time in the city. No, it's silver bells, not jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Jingle all the way. My head's messed up. Alright, where am I going? Captain Pones. So yeah. Ooh, what's wrong there? Why is that doing? Sure, that's contributing to lag. Ugh! What? Oh, I forgot to fix this. I must have broke it. I broke it when I was making all those lines underneath. Because I built on sand. Ow! And I didn't sleep. Stupid bats, dude. Oh shit. Ah! My base. Okay. Sorry, I gotta fix this. Gotta fix it. 2 levers, really? I have no wood. I have a little bit of wood. Levers. Lever, lever, lever. Those things are great. Cast of the Captain Phones. I broke those tracks when I was making... Oh yeah, see, it's not going like that anymore. It's not flashing. It's only working, that's why it was flashing. Ugh. There's 2 things I wanted to fix, right? How nice that is. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. There's my carts moving. But I think one of them was broken, right? Like it couldn't get enough speed. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out those other 2 are not powered, so I need to supply power, but I need to do it in a way that it doesn't block other stuff. So I power them from underneath. It doesn't block anything. 1, on, 2, 3. Turn it the right way, guy. That way it's all the same way. Uniformity. Oh, nope, not that way. Gotta do it. Gotta face the way you want. There you go. That way I can get rid of this one. Take my way out of here. And then cover up the hole. Bop. Bop. There we go. Sand. I hate sand. Okay, so there, that's more juice for these guys. Dude, I need a tissue. Sorry. My nose. Keep your nose clean, kids. Another one I didn't fix. Wow, it's amazing these things are even working. No, none of them. 1, 2, 3. Look at this. See, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a Christmas special, and it's a maintenance special. It's people got to work, right? That's one. That's the far one, and then I need one from way over there. All powered. Hey, let's go that way. Let's follow up. So yeah, this is not free, right? I have to jump. I have to have a low ceiling. And it eats my food up. I have a limited food storage, so I have to I can't maintain this. Ooh, here's another one I need to fix. There's another one I need to fix. See, look at this. Ooh, I mean it works, but to be consistent, right? And then once it goes up there, I'm sure, I'm sure it works itself out. That's a maze, dude. Look at this craziness. This reminds me of Disneyland going up Thunderhead Mountain or whatever, or Thunder Mountain. All these rail lines going up, but no, it just goes to the center distribution. It's nothing mysterious. And then now I think I fixed the track. That was kind of weird. I killed the pyramid a little bit. That thing, remember when I built this thing and it was the only thing out here? It was the only thing out here? So that gets to my point, right? We, humans, look like we're three-dimensional creatures, but we're not. We're four-dimensional. You can't see us unless you see everything behind us. That other dimension is a big deal, dude. You gotta. It's dark right here. Dude, out of torches, out of coal. So it looks like it's alright. I don't remember. I missed a spot. Ooh. I need glass. Right up and down this thing. And a mine cart. I can do that. Oh! This is an idea. Like, why are you bouncing back and forth? Are you empty? You're empty. So you should be stuck there, dude. Waiting for items. Unless, I don't know, maybe you just go if there's something there. But then why aren't the other ones going back and forth? Ow. No, come back here, empty cart. So I went to this one, right? No. Went to this one. That one's powered. Until a cart gets on it that's empty. Stop touching your nose, Rob. Christmas morning. It's empty. So it goes and it bounces right away. Okay, so if I put stuff in it, like 11, that drains to this one, that drains to this one where it waits. This guy shows up, sits there until it gets stuff, and then it'll take off. This is empty. That is limited. So the reason why that's moving is because it bounced off because it has nothing in it. It's not a great mystery, Rob. You don't have to like freak out. It's working as intended is what it's saying. Where are the other ones then, right? Well, that one guy was unloading all this crap. That's why you have to unload. That's why you have to undo your. You have to lift it up. So it's not all waiting for one pipe to unload. There's a computer term for that, I'm sure, analogy, but I'm not that smart to understand it or to articulate it. But it's all waiting, the whole line is waiting for this one pipe to finish. What I should do is move the pipes empty down one level lower, so that all the carts aren't waiting for that one pipe. They just empty their stuff and then they can go. It's more efficient. Then they'll be all moving back and forth. So that's what I'm saying, right? Things are gonna be broken when you first. Ideas aren't perfect. The manifestation ideas aren't perfect. Definitely important to just dump this stuff off. So I'll work on it. Like, I mean, but later, not now. So yeah, I need rotten flesh, that, bones. I need a broken crap. What's going on here, man? But that's working as intended. Oh wait, did I break the only cart? Don't remember. Hold on to the carts. Carts are cheap. That's a bunch of crap, right? How does this happen? I mean, I don't need levers right now, but I didn't have them. Why do I have these levers? Alright, let's go ride a horse. Get the hell out of here. Well, let me go sleep so I don't get hit by bats. And then I should probably make a bed real quick. Okay, sleep, so bats leave me alone. I have no more coffee, man, and I can't make more. I hate this. Good morning! No coffee! You suffer! So what else do I want to talk about on this Christmas? So we have like this crazy government going on. We've been taken over, our leadership has been taken over by the Russians. And they're trying to do it all over the world. It's not just us, right? They're doing it to France. That's why I wanted to go to Guerre sur la Mer, but I forgot. I came back to get something and I forgot what I was gonna get. But let's go this way anyways. This horse isn't as good. So it's the 99 versus the 1%. If we look at wealth inequality in America, you'll see that all the wealth has been concentrated by a tiny little group of people. And then I hope you can see now that wealth is used in a way because like before we didn't have all this dark money sloshing around, but there was a court case called Citizens United, which made it legal for this dark money to exist. This dark money means you can donate to a political campaign, but you don't have to say where the money came from. So, and the Supreme Court said that, the Roberts Court said that because they said money is free speech. So the richer you are, the more speech you have, and we can hide from where you're getting your money. So if you're a private corporation, like you don't have to say where you got your money. So if Russia made a private corporation, a shell corporation in America, and then donated money to a political campaign using this shell corporation, the shell corporation doesn't have to say where it got its money. You get it? That's Citizens United. That's what it does. So you have all these foreign corporations or these foreign governments interacting with our political campaign, political machinery. All this dark money sloshing around. You don't know where it's coming from. So if you don't fix it, if you don't So all this dark money sloshing around. So if you don't, and if money is free speech, and your corporate and your politicians are always campaigning for money, who are their constituents? It's not you. Mount Buff Horse. That's right. A buff horse made it up here a long time ago. In May. Back in May, dude. That's like almost spring. Holy crap. So it's a little bit different now, huh? Things are a little bit different than we saw in May. I want my coffee. That's what I want to do. So, okay, so I said Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Alright, so I think for a while America existed in a cloud of uncertainty. But we're coming to that point where we need to come down. We're going to start diverging into two directions. The old idea, if you connect the dots, is based on the petrol model, which is the control of oil. And we know that's a dead model because carbon is going to be taxed. We need to tax carbon. Carbon's a pollution. It's not a free thing you can just dump into the atmosphere. Like, capitalism is based on this idea that we have unlimited potential for growth. But we're in a world in which we can see that that's not the case. We flew out into space and we flew around our world and we saw, no, this is a closed system. It's not a capitalist system where it's open-ended, where you can just dump your externalities unlimited into nature. And right, there's always a cost, and that cost is unloaded somewhere. It always has to be dealt with. And you can deal with it if you deal with it in the old capitalist model of, well, just anything outside the corporation is external, and it doesn't cost you anything. Like, you want to externalize your costs as a corporation. You want to push them out of, you don't want to pay for the cost for it. That's the whole point of corporation. You want to internalize the profit, and you want to externalize the costs as much as possible. That's the whole point of a corporation. And really, that's the whole point of a body, right? That's what bodies do. You take in energy, a physical body, takes in energy from the environment in the form of food. And that food that you take in got its energy from somewhere. And if it's a plant, that means it took the sunlight and it mixed it with the water, and it took the carbon out of the atmosphere, and it took the nitrogen out of the soil, and it combined all this stuff, the sunlight, the water, the nitrogen, and the carbon, to make a seed, to make itself continue growing. And around that seed, it created something useful that had a lot of energy. Well, that made the seed grow. And humans figured out that if you take that seed, instead of growing into another plant, and you take that energy and you grind it down and you put it in, and humans eat it, we put it into our system. It goes in our system and it gets transformed into energy. And whatever energy we can't burn, we exhale out through our mouth, through carbon, and put the carbon back into the atmosphere. Or we poop out of our butts, and we make poop, and that's the stuff we can't use. That's our waste, and we put the poop out into the environment. And that poop is all natural. So there are organisms outside of our bodies that can eat the poop, but the poop is like bad stuff, right? It's waste. So if too much waste accrues, like, problems arise. That's why the Romans were like, woo woo, because they made sewers. And sewers are a big deal because it takes our human poop and it moves it away from us. And that's really important for our health, we found out. That if you have waste around you, it's going to cause problems. So the Romans figured out, you take your poop, your waste, and you push it outside of you, and you put it away from you. Now, if you're a poor guy and you live downstream from that waste, that means you like eat the waste and you get sick. So later on, we figured out, well, we got to deal with. That's why we have waste processing. So we don't just dump waste, human poop, into the water anymore. Now we take that human poop and we process it. We spend more energy and we put it through machines and we process that poop and separate the poop out the water, and so the water is clean again and you put it back out. So you deal with your poop. You don't just put it out there. You deal with it. Deal with your poop. You deal with your poop. You have to deal with your poop. You have to. You have to. That's what humans do, right? That's what's so great. But it costs energy, and someone has to deal with it. But yet you take your poop, your waste, and you deal with it. So what comes out is water and like manageable stuff. It's not just poop. It's manageable. You can deal with it. That's a human, and that's a human's living. So you could look up on another conceptual level, and now we're looking at corporations. Corporations are entities. They want to take in profit. They take in materials, and they use labor, human labor, to process those materials it takes in, those commodities. It uses human labor to process the commodities it takes in, it inputs. And then it gets out, hopefully, something it can transform into profit. Profit is the energy that makes corporations go. But then it has externalities. Externalities. Externalities are corporation poop. For real, dude, for real. Externalities are corporation poop. Corporations poop out externalities. What are externalities? Well, that's costs, things it has to pay for. Corporations don't want to pay for nothing, right? Because anything it pays for means it takes away from profit. So corporations want to push out as much externalities as possible. So it wants to push out as much cost as possible. So it wants to pay as little as possible. It wants to pay as little as it can for the commodities it pulls in. And then it turns to the workers, and it wants to pay the workers as little as possible to transform those commodities into a product. And then you take your product and then you sell it, and then you get the money. You get money, and then from that money you have to pay for the commodities, and you have to pay the worker. But you don't want to pay them. You want to pay them as little as possible, because there's anything left over after paying for this is profit, right? That you keep, and you're like, ha 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 ha. That's capitalism, right? So you want so if by paying the worker, you want to pay them as little as possible, and you want a factory to keep them in, because you have to have a place for them to transform you have to have a place for the worker to use their labor. They can't do it they won't do it themselves, because if they do, they'll keep what they make. So what you have to do is make sure they have no place to make for them. They have to be poor enough so that they don't have any other place to transform their labor. They have to come to you to transform their labor. So you make a temple of transformation in which the workers come in, and and then you also have this other input. This other input is the commodities, right? And then the workers transform your commodities into a product. Then you take this product and sell it, and you pay them as little as possible. But when in the process of transforming these commodities, using labor to transform these commodities, you make a bunch of waste. And so you have to get rid of this waste. So like in the old days, like if you're a mining corporation, you would the ore would be the commodity, and the miners are the labor. So the miners dig out the ore and then process the ore for you. So out comes the good stuff, the ignates. But then you have a bunch of tailings. So in the old days, they'd just be like, yo, nature, you hold the tailings. We don't want it. And so they would. And then like, oh look, all the cyanide we left there. We don't care. Just leave it there, because it costs money to deal with your waste. So money is energy. It costs energy to deal with your waste. So you don't want to deal with it. So corporations would just leave it. Well, in olden days, when people didn't understand, people thought that nature was unlimited, because like, for all intents and purposes back then, for a tiny little puny human, it pretty much was. Nature is wild. Nature will kill you. Of course, nature will kill you, dude. We're not that far away from nature. Nature is like, we have a thin veneer of civilization, but if that's pierced, nature will kill you super quick. That's the point. Nature will kill you. That's that's the game we're playing. Nature is trying to kill you. So so we spend a lot of energy to make sure that nature doesn't kill you. But we've gotten so good at it that it seems like nature is pushing, like, falling away. But that's the problem. It's like we have it so backwards, because all nature is doing is getting upset. Because when nature gets really pissed off, she's gonna wipe us off. She's gonna get rid of us. We're gone. We're done. Nothing we can do about it. Did I tell you? Did you see about that tweet I did about like billions of years ago? In our universe, there happened to be a couple of supernovae that just went off. A couple of them, like 150 light years away from us. Like, that's really far. 150 light years. The closest star to us is like 4 light years away. You know how fast a light year is? It's like millions and millions of miles per hour per second. Millions of miles per second. Well, not millions, but I'd say like 100, like lots of super fast. It's really fast. And so that's how far it goes in 1 year. Super fast. This is 150 of those, where a bunch of supernovae happened. Supernovae. All these supernovae happened 150 light years away. Life is over here on Earth just chilling. 150 light years away, supernova happened and bathed the Earth in cosmic rays called muons, which are like big electrons. So they come smashing through all the life, and they tear apart the DNA that on life on Earth. And so all the life on Earth just gets like irradiated and mutates and cancers, and then just dies off. Bleh! Everyone just dies off from mass cancer, from cosmic rays that there's nothing you can do about it. Nature just blew up a bunch of stars and bathed you in cosmic rays. You're gonna die. There's nothing you can do. Nature is vicious, dude. Nature will kill you. Nature will wipe you out, no problem. Like, no problem. Barely anything holding us off from that. So let's remember that we're all holding on to each other. Let's not exploit each other. But that's what capitalism is, right? You think capitalism can just dump this off on nature. I mean, it can, right? But the balance is delicate, and we're upsetting it. Yeah, the balance. Spider, what's up, Spider dude? Spider bro? Thought you'd sneak up on me. I mean, you did, but... Oh. So yeah. Oh, you can ride on horses, right? While it's in a cart. Ooh, what's this gonna be like? Go! Allez. Oh no! My horse! Ah! Oh, my horse! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Come back, horse! See how far I dig? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I dig far. And you can tell, like, this is undeveloped, right? Because, like, this is super far from my base. Lol. Lol. Lava. Ooh, next time. Ooh, now I know where to explore. Well, I think I already did, right? There's all these... Dude, my horse. It's gonna go back to the... It's gonna be hanging out in Central Station, watch. You know what, I should have stopped at the... I should have made a new minecart at the, all those crafting tables I saw. Alright. So nature is vicious. Nature is vicious, and climate change is gonna like wipe us out if we're not careful. There it is! Yay! I can't reach anything. Which way is Central Station? Straight. Oh, I'm gonna suffocate. Great. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Alright, so that's cool. I mean, I didn't know I can get horses. That's super cool. It's telling me that it's nowhere near time for food. Huh, kitty cat? Huh, dear. You're like, man, it's like nowhere near time for food, huh? What? Alright. That's a new thing for me. What an adventure! Let's see, hold on. Okay, do I have anyone? No one's saying anything. I got no one watching. That's alright. Maybe one person, I think, but yeah. Hello, one person watching? That's probably me watching myself. That's alright. That's funny. Oh no, wait, I don't want him there because he's gonna be depositing eggs all day into my hopper. Ooh, I should block that off because that's not right. I have a fence. Yeah, don't do that. No more chickens in there. Por favor. Okay, so what was I talking about? I was referencing, let's see. I talked about the astral plane, using points as connect the dots to manifest ideas into the material world. I think if you want to follow like the AD&D version of it, you use energy. I mean, well, hey, you can start. Let's start combining a bunch of like. A bunch of stuff. Let's go over to Star Wars. Mace Windu was a badass. He was great. Mace Windu. He had this style, I think called Vapid or something. Vapid. It wasn't Vapid though. It was like something close. But what it was is that basically he skirted the line between the using. What he did is I hate that. I gotta fix it. I have to make a new one. He skirted the line between using passion directed for good. So he would use the dark side feelings, emotions of anger and passion and rage, but he wouldn't give in to them. He just used them to supplement his strength. And so it's like surfing. He'd be like surfing that line of and he'd use that momentum to push him forward. So in a way, then if you look at, then come back to D&D. So there's the astral plane, right? The cold, dark, it's just points, right? That you have to grasp, and then you have to pull the idea out and transform your body to make the idea into like a physical manifestation. All right, but that's hard, right? It's super dry. It's like there's nothing there, right? That's why it's the astral plane, right? It's tasteless. There's nothing there. That's why the gods love you if you worship them. Because for them out there, dude, it's cold. It's cold out there being a god. There's nothing there, right? You're a possibility. You're a potential. You're an idea. There's nothing material or physical about you. So for these gods to have anything to them, they need worshipers. So the way you worship gods is by manifesting them, their ideas, right? You get the points. You connect the dots. And you make it happen. It's not a mystery, dude. I mean, and that's how you become a good person, right? And it looks different for everyone because everyone's circumstance is different. So it's gonna look different for everyone. What else do I got going on? So the thing is, but it's hard. Oh God, it's hard. It's hard. So you need energy to do it. So where do you get that energy? Well, if you follow the D&D side, right? There's two sides of it. There's the astral plane, but then there's the ethereal plane. What's the difference, homie? The difference is that the astral plane is this cold points, just points in the void, points in the void that you have to give material and energy to manifest. Okay, well, where do you get this energy from? You get the energy from this other place called the ethereal plane. Now on this plane, it's different than the astral plane. On the ethereal plane, it's cloudy. There's stuff everywhere. It's a soup, just like of material, all mashed together. Nothing's defined. It's a big cloud. It's a big soupy cloud, like pea soup of cloud you're going through. You can't see nothing. You can't see. It's all full of crap. Nothing's defined at all. But it's violent. It's hot. It's like boiling. Everything's moving. Storms, winds of like just crap, violent, but it's all totally undefined. There's no purpose. There's no definition. It's rawness. It's raw emotion, just for the sake of emotion. No point, no purpose, no direction. No, there's no construction. It's just there. Blah! Creation and destruction all at once. Blah! Just going nuts. That's the ethereal plane. Just madness. So the way the ancient Greeks dealt with this idea, they painted it the poets painted it with two gods, Dionysus and Apollo, right? You got Dionysus is the god of music and of emotion and of drunkenness, of wine, of dancing, right? Because look at this art. Look at the kind of art that is. Music is like, when you listen to music, you're listening to music. Number one, it has to be within time. You can't look at a piece of paper, look at a piece of music and be like, oh, music. That's not music. You're looking at the written form of music, but it's not music. You can only have music when it's there in time, within time. Number one. Number two, music has no words. So whoever listens to it, it's gonna evoke emotions different for every person. And it's just raw emotions that evoke images or whatever it evokes out of you. Whatever emotion or feeling comes out of you, that's what that music does for you. There's nothing in the music that says it has to be that way. That's just what happens. Now, you can attach words to it, and that's a different level. That's something else, because that's like poetry. But we're not taking that. We're not going there yet. We're going just music, pure music. It's just, there's no form to it, right? I mean, there's form, but it's like, oh man, it's different. It's different. It has to be. It's like a wave, an ebb and flow. It's within time. That's the thing. It's in time. That's the ethereal. That's drunkenness. That's stupor. That's just like nothing. When you're in that ocean, when you're in the massive crowd of people on the concert, and everyone's listening to music, and everyone's like, rah, or okay, if you want to get all spiritual and be like, if you're at the mass and everyone's focused not on your individual self, but on this symbol, which is a symbol of the idea representing the points. And so now you're acting as a conduit, pulling in your physical to align yourself to tune into the frequency of these points, so that it will manifest. It'll be subconscious in your brain, so that when you leave and you go out into the daily world, you're going to subconsciously manifest these things. That's why you do it. That's part of worship, right? And when you worship them, you're giving life to these points that wouldn't otherwise have life, right? Because when you're in the abyss, when you're in the void, you have nothing up there. Astral plane, it's empty, dude. Outer space, astral plane, empty, right? As opposed to the ethereal, right? Those are the elementals, I guess you could call them. Yeah, I like that. Alright. So, I don't really know that side so well. I guess I should learn it more. I don't really know the elemental side, or the shaman side. I don't really know it too good. I'd like to know it more, because, yeah, it's real, it's raw. It's like, anyways, yeah, because I mean, I'm awesome conceptual with this all stuff, but like real, like physical. Okay, so the human then acts as a bridge, right? Because out here is the material world. Material world is where these two things interlap, where you have the ethereal plane. It's not down, right? So I'll put it over here. You have the ethereal plane, which is just soupy crap of everything, raw elements, raw emotions, raw feelings, and you have over here the astral plane, which are points of just points of light in the void, and then where these two planes interlap is the material plane, and that's where the human lives. And the human is able to take things from the astral plane and combine them with things from the material plane and project them and transform what they pull out of the material plane and transform them into a value with their labor. So what capitalism does is then it says it creates a place around this person where the only thing they can do, they don't have anything else except there's this place where they can go to and take their energy, and then they are given these things. and they combined it with their energy to create this thing. Then this thing is taken from them and then sold for like $100. But then the capitalist comes back and says, "Here, worker, thank you for working. Here's $10. Bye-bye." And then the worker goes home and lives on this $10. And they have to keep doing this every day because there's nothing else they can do. They can try to compete against this worker and try to play the system too. But that's really hard, man. I can try, I guess, but that's the American system. But I'd rather do what I'm doing now and not have to worry about making money to pay for it. Because if I had to, it's like really hard to spend your time to make money, your energy making money for someone else, rather than spending your time and energy, passion doing stuff that makes you feel good. You know, I mean, but anyways, so the human is the key. That's what I'm trying to say. Is the human is the key. The human. This is where the individual, you and I rest. And the human, you and I, us individuals, we feel like pretty awesome, right? We feel like, yeah, dude, this is it. We feel everything. We have these raw emotions. We process it in our brain. We move this big deal. But then you have to look at it. Your body is just a giant corporation. Like, that's literally where we get the word corporation. Corp is corp. Corporal, body, corp. Body, my core. Corp. Like, our language, dude, it's all pointing in the same direction. Okay, at least for us, our culture. English. American. I gotta pee again. Coffee deal. Let's see what time we have. Christmas special, 2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna take another intermission real quick. Let me answer the call of nature, and I will return. All right, peace. Be right back. Title screen. Mute. All right, we're back. I got some tea on there because like I got nothing else. Some chamomile tea because I don't need no more caffeine. My stomach's already being like, I don't want to push it. Yeah, I like this texture pack, dude. This is nice. I gotta finish this. Well, you know what? Here. You know what? Here, Minecraft crew, the Bedrock is. You guys have made huge improvements in terms of like putting down, like the lag is is like a lot better. When I ride the minecart, it's always smooth. I love it. When I can place blocks, that's great. I love the fact that I can place blocks now. Minecraft crew, I love you guys, but come on, you guys gotta help me out here. So this is my abandoned map room because number one, the map is hard to make, like on a wall. And then, but I love maps. I really love the idea of maps. So I found out in the Java version, you can put item frames on the ground and then put maps on them. And then I found out on the Java version, you can take banners and put banners onto the maps and use them as markers. And I thought, oh my God, I want to make a map room, put it on the floor, which is easier than the wall, and then put markers on it so I can mark out where everything. So it would help people to conceptualize where everything is. It would be great, but alas, Bedrock version does not support that. Oh no! Did I just like lose my item frame? What's going on here? Oh, it's up there. Bedrock version does not support that. And it makes me super, super sad. Because I wanted to make... All I wanted to do... Oh, God. All I wanted to do was make a map room. So Microsoft, Bedrock Java crew, or Bedrock version crew. I love you guys. Click, click, click. I can't. I love you guys so much because you guys have done a lot of good work, and it feels like you guys are listening to me. So if you're listening to me, please, 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 put in item frames on the floor. Please, and then maps, so I can put here, and then so I can put maps on the floor, and then maps markers. Please, please. That way I can show my map and show how it's grown and progressed. It'd just be so much nicer if I could do it that way. Because now I can't do it and it's bad. Alright, so my chamomile tea is back. Hold on. Did I turn down the music? No, I didn't. It's super loud. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, please, dudes. So, yeah, Microsoft, guys. Bedrock, Minecraft crew, Mojang, whoever's running it now. Mojang, yeah, please, Bedrock, please put in that feature that Java has, because that's amazeballs, or amazing. It's amazing. You got to do it. It'll make it so much nicer. I mean, yeah, I like that it's a lot smoother too. That was pretty important because it was all jerking along. Oh, that was so bad. Yeah, I abandoned this room because it's too hard to make one big fat wall like that. And I tried to make a ground map, and I was foiled by the discrepancy between Java and Bedrock. Please, guys, please. Okay. Oh man. So what else? What was I talking? I was getting chamomile. I was talking about how humans are like the conduit through which a lot of stuff is transformed. Take all these things transformed, and how the capitalist plugs the human into it as labor and and discards the rest, and he steals energy from the worker, because because, like, sure, the worker throws in, like, the capitalist gives the worker a place to work, and it gives them the commodities to work with, but the worker supplies the labor, and and maintains the container for that labor, which is the human, the body, right? And the body needs to have certain things in order to exist. It needs to have food, shelter, clothing, healthcare, and to be a good human, you need to have education. I mean, so it's not like the container that brings the labor is free. The container that brings the labor, the human, it takes a lot of work to make that thing and to maintain it. But we pretend like the human doesn't matter, like it doesn't take anything, like it's free. To the capitalist, it's just another input. The human container is just the container holding the labor. And so it doesn't really, like, to the capitalist, it doesn't really care, right? It's just a container. It's just another commodity. It's just another thing that you need to transform the commodity into another commodity that you could sell for money. But the process of transformation, that's the deal, right? The human, the capitalist gives you the building, gives you the commodity, the materials. The human comes in, gives you the labor, takes the commodity, transforms the commodity into a product, into work, puts their input into it somehow. And through all these humans all putting their labor together, out pops a product, which the capitalist takes, sells, and then makes money, and then pays for stuff. But then whatever's left over, the capitalist keeps. So you think, oh, well, that sounds like it's fair. But then you ask yourself, where does that extra profit come from? That's like, it didn't come from the materials, because the materials didn't do nothing. It just sat there, right? They just were materials. It didn't come from the market, because the market just transfers money. It doesn't make money, it just transfers. It didn't come from the capitalist, because the capitalist just bought the stuff. He bought the labor, he bought the material, he bought everything. He didn't actually do anything, he just bought it. Where did that extra money come from? That profit come from? There's only one place it could have came from. It came from the labor. Right? It came from the human container. Because the human transformed this stuff into something useful, into value, something valuable that you sell. The human transformed it. And then the human got a paycheck for it. But that paycheck is only a sliver of what the guy, what they put into it, is what I'm saying. Because they sold it for more. So that the more they got for it is the money that the worker didn't get. Right. Sure, maybe the capitalist should get a little bit for taking the risk of getting everything together and keeping that and maintaining that. That's kind of work. Sure, I can see that. But when they start getting to like billions of dollars of profit, like billions and billions and billions, and the people maintaining it are making millions and billions and millions of dollars, that's just stupid. That machine, that's a greed machine at that point. Now you're not taking on risk of maintaining it. Now you're just like sucking up the fat and of a machine that everyone else is working but not getting paid for it, not getting paid enough. That's the nature of capitalism, right? So these workers are making a product. Now this product doesn't realize its profit. I'm looking at a wall. I'm a Buddhist, dude. Check me out. I'm meditating out against a wall. So the capitalist doesn't realize a profit until they sell their product, right? They have to sell this value plus product. So the problem is if they turn around and the only people they can sell it to are workers, and all the workers have no money because they're only getting paid a sliver of the money of what they're getting paid, like what they're making. They're making 100 products, but only making money to buy back maybe like 10. You're making 100 of them, but you can only buy back 10 of them. So these extra 90 have to get sold, or you don't make a profit. So the capitalist is always looking for a market, for new markets, because if you can't sell it in the place you produced it, you got to sell it somewhere. So like you either export it to the next city, unless that city is saturated, then the next city, unless that city is saturated, then the next country, unless that city is saturated, and then the overseas country, unless that city is saturated, until the whole world is saturated. And you're like, well then damn, where can I go? Because this is capitalism, right? Capitalism is based on the idea that you can always expand, always externalize your cost, and always expand your markets. It's infinite. You have infinite everything. That's because it's only an idea, right? That's all it is. So if you put it into practice, based only on that one idea only, you're gonna run into problems, because our world where we are, this material world, is limited. Right? There's only so much ethereal stuff to go around. If you feed it all to the astral, to the idea, if you feed everything to the idea, you're gonna run out of this ethereal stuff, and then your material world's gonna suffer. So that's kind of what's happening, right? The balance is out of whack, and that's what we're doing. We're feeding too much of our crap to this idea, this God, capitalism God. It's not balanced. How do you feed it to a capitalism? How else do you do it? How do we balance it out? Okay, well look at how the value is being sucked out, right? So okay, let me back up here. So the capitalist is taking the product, selling it for more than he's paying the worker, which means it's not that he's making a profit, that's not paying the worker his full value for the product he's making. And since he's not paying the worker full value of his product he's making, he has to either find new markets, that's one, or number two, invent a new way of doing this. If you think, how am I going to do this? I know the worker doesn't understand that he's a four-dimensional creature. But I do understand that he's a four-dimensional creature. I'm a four-dimensional creature too. But he doesn't know this because of education. Like the secrets. Woo! I have the secret understanding, which is why. So I'm going to use this against him. How? Because the worker doesn't understand he's a four-dimensional creature. The worker thinks he's the worker, the worker human, because I'm a human too, right? But he's a different, his consciousness, the way he thinks, he's a worker. He's a poor person. He's not a 1%er like I am, quote, quote, right now. All right, I'm putting on the 1%. Let me put on my 1% hat. All right, my 1% hat. The worker doesn't know. The worker, I'm a rich guy. And 1%, what does that mean? 1% is a person who makes like $400,000 a year. $400,000 a year. If you make $400,000 a year, you're a 1%er. So I'm going to talk as if I make like $1 million a year. So the worker, anyone who doesn't then 99% of you guys who don't make $1 million a year. They don't understand that they're four-dimensional creatures. They think they're three-dimensional creatures because their existence is precarious. Nature wants to kill them. They know this, right? It's so much. They know this so much. It's in their DNA. That's how bad it is, right? It's scarred into their existence. So the worker human is like deep in their nature is gonna kill me mode, and they don't. So that mode is very, very three-dimensional. Like, you got to be effing aware of what the hell's going on in 3 dimensions, like at that very moment, or you're dead, and then your time on this world is done. Your body, this nice, awesome body that you got right now, is gone. No more. You can't do nothing. Your story, your input into this story is finite. So in nature, when you're down there as a worker, really, really close to it, you're scared of nature. Nature wants to kill you. And when you're homeless, you really feel the bite of nature on you. You really feel it when you're homeless. That's why you don't want to be homeless, because nature starts jabbing you really hard. Okay. So the worker has to be very, very aware of 3 dimensions. So they waste all their energy focused on 3 dimensions, that which is immediately around them. Food, shelter, and recovering from the run, from the struggle of trying to secure these things that they don't, that's scarce for them. But I'm a capitalist. I'm the 1% right now, right? So I'm talking. But so for me, I'm a 1%er. I understand that us humans, we're 4 dimensions. We're time, right? There's the aspect of time that those guys don't realize because they're so deep in it. And like I recognize, so as a 1%er, I look around me, right? I see that I'm a 4-dimensional creature. 4-dimensional creature. Time. So me, it's not just about me. I'm standing on shoulders of my ancestors. Who are my ancestors? Other rich guys. Other rich people who guarded their wealth jealously and did it right. Because if you did it wrong, you lose it. And that wealth is maintained on keeping the other humans stuck in their 3rd-dimensional view, while we, on the 1% level, look at things and on the 4-dimensional view, time, on the long view. Basically, the long view. Look at, like, we take the long view up here on the 1-dimensional level. So the worker is so close to nature, struggling, that they don't notice that they're working and getting paid hardly anything in a world where we have so much wealth. All their wealth is being siphoned away from them. They don't get it. They don't understand how. Because they're so close to falling off that cliff into the jaws of death, of nature, to be chomped up. And yet we have to keep them there. We have to keep them there. Because we tried, the 1%. We tried, right? We tried to be nice. How about that? The 1%. We tried to be nice. At the end of World War II, we tried to be nice and give the workers a middle class existence. We didn't take as much, and we gave them lots, and they had lots of stuff. We didn't give them; they demanded. Yeah, we didn't give them. We say we gave them, but we didn't give them nothing, dude. They fucking took it they took it from us. Stupid workers. Those workers, yeah, they took it from us. They realized, they started they woke up. They woke up. They were waking up from who they were in the 20s, and they fought in the 30s about who they were, and in the 40s they were strong, and we were weaker. So they took a lot. They took it. We didn't give them to them. They took it from us. They took a lot of wealth from us, and so yeah, sure. They knew back then that they were 4-dimensional creatures. They understood that. But then they forgot. Their kids forgot. Their kids, they got caught up in the 3 dimension and they totally forgot. It was like so flashy, the 3 dimensions. It's so flashy, they forgot. So the kids, since they forgot, they didn't have any value to it. So we were able to take it back. Which is why we're strong again. And they're not. Merry Christmas. Oh, jeez. No, that's gross. Okay, so do you see what I'm trying to say? Now I'm coming out of that. Yeah, I'm taking off the 1% shit, dude. Fuck that guy. No, seriously, because I'm not 1%. I'm down in the 99% with the rest of you. But I see it, right? I'm trying to point it to you. I had because of the experiences in my life, I had the lucky opportunity to get in a rocket and get shot up into the space. But not literal space, social space. So for a short time, I got lucky. I got shot up into the stratosphere and floated down, bit by bit, in a parachute, until I landed to where I am now. Now I'm kind of here, and I'm like, all right, I'm here, and this is cool. And I'm telling you what I learned on the way up and on the way down, because I'm not up there anymore, but I know what it looks like up there. And what it looks like up there, and I'm telling you, yeah, they think it's. I'm trying to get you to think in 4 dimensions, and that the long view. Number one, that you're not just a 3-dimensional creature, you're a 4-dimensional creature. And that the whole world is designed to make you forget that you're 4 dimensions. It's trying to take your attention away. Like me playing this game is kind of okay. It's kind of dumb in a way, but in a way it's not, because I've twisted it to serve me. Because I'm making a video of it, so I'm spending all this time in a virtual world, but I'm using it to make a video, which is a product. So my labor is being used in something I can hold on to. Whereas if I'm just playing a video game, as soon as I lose all my progress as soon as I play another video game. So I guess in a way, other people playing their games, making videos, they're also saving their progress too, in a way. So who knows? But like, I like this because I can create a lot more than just play games. I can create. But enough about me trying to justify my playing games. So yeah, we're 4-dimensional. So yeah, so. So if people can understand where they exist in this social structure, like, so okay, so you remember that part where Neo wakes up from the Matrix and pops his head out and looks around? That's what I'm kind of trying to do to you. Like, Merry Christmas, wake up, be born. Like, you know, like, look where you are in this structure. Like, where you are in the structure. And then, like, there's a machine that we've built, that our forefathers built, that we can seize again. But right now, it looks like the 1% has control of it. But we need to get it back control of it. It's a mecha. Remember me telling you about memes and memes being real and ideas being real? Well, ideas are these points, and us being real is us making them real. Well, that's our constitution, our government, our country, our everything. And right now it's been mind controlled. So imagine Sylvanus has like cast possession on us. So it's only a limited duration, and when we get back control, we gotta like really do something about it. And one way of doing something about it is stopping the flow of energy into capitalism and back into the humans. and get more humans aware of this four-dimensional thing, basically waking them up. Because only by waking them up can we then seize control of the government and then tackle the bigger issue, which is climate change, which is coming up. Because government is the thing that's gonna need to force these corporations to behave differently, because they're not going to until they lose money. And the only way they're going to lose money, I mean, we could try to get individual humans to like be conscious consumers, but nah, dude, it's not enough. You need government to be like, it's taxed or prohibited. You can't do it. Or if you do it, you have a massive tariff when you import it, and that tariff goes to environmental groups. To buy the land that you use to despoil to make the product that you're importing. But that gets back to my whole point of capitalism being like the idea that there's always an external there's always a place to externalize your costs. Either you externalize it on your workers or externalize it on your suppliers. Like you say, like, well, I'm not going to pay you as much money on your suppliers. Then your supplier's like, well, then crap. How do I need to make money? Well, then instead of doing healthy ways of harvesting these materials, I'll do unhealthy ways of harvesting the materials because they're cheaper. Or if I can't do them here, I'll go to a country that can do it cheaper, that doesn't care about it, doesn't have these laws protecting its environment or its workers. There, now I've got the raw materials cheaper to now get to my supplier who only wants them at a certain level, will only pay so much money. There, I've supplied your product, your commodity for you. And then this guy says, great, now I've got these cheap ass, I've externalized my cost onto my supplier, who's externalized his cost onto the environment, right? It always goes, so capitalism is always looking for a way to externalize its costs, right? It never wants to deal with the costs. Because it always assumes there's a place to externalize it. Well, nature doesn't have an advocate that says, oh wait, we want to externalize our costs too. No, nature doesn't, that's nature, it doesn't do that. And the problem is what we're doing is that we've externalized so much of our costs onto nature that nature's dying, right? It's dying. Like, that's why there's mass extinctions of creatures all over the planet. Nature's dying because we're externalizing all our costs onto nature, and nature has nowhere else to externalize costs. Nature's not a corporation. It doesn't externalize costs. Yeah. Corporations got to eat, and what it eats is nature, and it's externalizing nature and humans, which is nature itself too, and it's externalized costs onto nature and humans. But the world is finite. Humans are finite. So humans will only take so much before it can't be externalized anymore until they die, or they externalize their costs too via nature. So nature is the end product of who gets the costs. Mother Nature, our mom, right? We're effing our mom over. That's what we're doing. Mother Nature is the bottom line. She always takes everything we dish out. She'll take all the punishment we give her. But in return, her wrath is going to effing kill us on the long term. In 4 dimensions, in 3 dimensions, she'll take everything we give her. In 4 dimensions, she'll effing kill us. More tea. Those capitalists don't want you to think in 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions. The capitalists don't want you to think in 4 dimensions. The capitalists want you to think only in 3 dimensions. Only the now. Don't even worry about, only immediately. Try to satisfy your immediate desires because it's so precarious. We keep you on a razor edge on purpose so you don't have time to worry. We keep you on a razor edge so you don't have time to look at the giant meteor coming at you. Because for us, capitalists, we don't care. We're only using humans as a vessel, right? Up there in the void, all we want to do is eat you because we are so hungry because we have nothing. Like other gods, other ideas, such as compassion and compassion and understanding. Because if you have compassion for life, that means you have compassion for nature. You have compassion for your mom. And then you realize that you're effing your mom over and you're hurting your mom all the time. And it sucks that you're hurting your mom. And then, when you realize what you're doing to your mom, it's your mom. It's your mom. It's our mom. When you realize that, then you understand that capitalism, right, is, as an idea, sure, it might have gotten us here, but we can't stay here. We can't stay with capitalism because capitalism is going to murder our mother. So here's the other side, socialism. Like, I have Marx up there, but like Marx wants a progression from socialism to communism. And I'm with him on that because it's a consciousness thing. And socialism is you got to first seize control of the government. And the problem with USSR is that they lost control of the government. The workers never had really control of the government to begin with. It was the intelligentsia who had control of the government. And that intelligentsia got corrupted into authoritarianism. So I don't want to do that, right? No. I want the people. I want people. I want the people. So I need to raise up everyone, not just that certain group. So yeah, because if the people are raised up, they have to see themselves as four-dimensional. Then they'll see like, oh, there's a giant ass meteor coming straight for us. We gotta do something. For real, dudes. I'm not joking. Holy crap! Merry Christmas. Okay. I don't need to see anymore. I see too much, man. I need to calm down sometimes. Okay. Leave my great world. Where I can burn coal and it doesn't matter. Because the world's infinite. Yeah, see, Minecraft is a great world, is a great place to learn about capitalism. Because it's an infinite world. It's not like it's not socialist at all. I mean, not that it's not socialist, but it's like it's perfect capitalism. Like, it's so simple because you can always externalize our costs. I don't care. Like, to me, the cows and the pigs aren't living things. I don't care about them. The grass isn't living. The trees aren't living. Like, nothing matters, right? It's just conceptual. And in Minecraft. So like, the only thing that matters to me is what benefit they provide. I don't need to give them space. If I can find a way to not give them space, I wouldn't give them the space. Like, I feed them only because I want them to multiply, and I don't have them, a lot of them, only because it lags the server. But the thing's like, none of this stuff is alive. And the difference you have to understand is that life is a sacred thing. Like, man, and like, okay, yeah, what does that mean, sacred? Okay, well, here, like I was getting to I was pointing to our astral stuff, right? And like, I don't know too much about this stuff. I feel it super good, right? I feel it much. I feel a lot of I feel this side good. But man, like, I like to point over here at the astral side to try to get people to focus on stuff. Okay, so if you look over here, so that's, right now our society is kind of geared toward capitalism, but I'm saying, yo, we got to go over here to socialism, and then I'm trying to show you why it's important, because socialism is what's good for everyone, and it's not the concentration of wealth. Socialism recognizes that stuff is limited, and so we have to manage things because things are limited. And that, I think socialism realizes that, yeah, it costs money to deal with waste, but if we deal with waste, then if we process our waste, there's a lot less of it. If we deal with our waste, if we deal with it instead of just shoving it off onto nature, it costs us money, but then it costs us. Sorry. But in the way it costs us, gives us a purpose. So that's jobs. And a purpose is all you need if you have a bunch of capital, right? If you have capital sloshing around, just a bunch of capital doing nothing, but you have a purpose, then you need to put it into that purpose. So if it costs money to deal with waste, well, okay, so if you need to deal with waste, that's your purpose. That's a purpose. You must deal with waste. All right, now you need the capital. Well, if you look around, the capital markets are freaking sloshing with it. There's tons of capital, tons of capital. There's infinite capital, because capital is conceptual. It's not like the material world, which is finite. Capital is infinite. Capital is an idea of capitalism, and capitalism is predicated on infinite stuff. So yeah, capital is infinite. So we always have capital, but what we lack is purpose. So one thing it's purpose, and then we need will. And so will comes from enough people. If enough people will it, it'll happen. So we got to collectively get our will in order to make this happen. I'm trying to get all our will to point in the same direction, and it'll happen. So here's the purpose: deal with our waste. Deal with our waste. The capital can be invented, because capital is unlimited. Deal with our waste. That's the purpose. I'm giving you will. I'm trying to give you will through demonstrating how this hurts our mom if we don't deal with our waste. I really love my mom. I really love my dad too, but I don't know how to do that. But I love my mom, and my mom is the environment, is Earth. She is too, right? So here I am trying to spread the spirit. Merry Christmas. Because it's love, right? I love mom. I love my mom. I love your mom. I love our mom. I love the mom. And I love the order too, right? So that's dad. Dad provides the order, I guess. I don't know. Does dad provide the order? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. For me, dad provided like the energy. He sacrificed himself. And like the human that's left there now, the container, is like in such pain that he just drinks himself to death. Capitalism. Merry Christmas. All right, America. I think, okay, here's what's going on. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to clear out this infection. This infection is Trump, fascism. What this infection wants to do is, you know, it's the old school, right? It's the old school. It's petrol, because it's all the oil states. It's war, it's slavery, it's no human rights, it's no civil rights, it's no nothing, it's backwards. It's dead. We're way better than that. We're way better. I know that. I think that like this was just a crazy gasp. I think we were asleep. I think even the Greeks needed a tyrant to wake them up every once in a while. So here's what's gonna happen, guys. I think we're gonna clear out the GOP. We're gonna clear out the GOP. The Dems are gonna take it. Then the Dems are gonna split between conservative Dems and the more progressive Dems. And then we need to implement a bunch of stuff to make sure this doesn't happen again, which is instant runoff voting, like with what they do in Maine. We need to do a straight line, shortest line redistricting, so we get rid of gerrymandering. We need to get rid of publicly funded campaigns to get rid of dark money. Those three things right there will help a lot. We need to get a more progressive government. Because right now America is a far right-wing country, and when you look at the whole world, right now we're far right-wing. We need to be more center in terms of the world. We need to be center. We need to reorient ourselves, is what I'm saying. Right? When's the last time America left itself and took a look around? Right? Damn, dude, we got to look around. And I'm looking at Europe. I like Europe. Europe is cool. I look at Asia, dude. Asia's great. Japan, so awesome. Their society is so nice. I mean, they have problems. Yes, of course they have problems. But yeah, they're beautiful too. Korea, man, the only thing of South Korea I saw was Seoul. But Seoul was a great city. Seoul was beautiful. Thailand, man. I saw your democracy. I saw your democracy monument, and like, you're under coup for how long? And now your king is some corrupt prince, dude. That guy sucks. Your princess should have been king. She should have been princess. She should have been queen. But no, tradition. See? That's tradition. At least he looked at the poor people. Merry Christmas. Rebirth. So we have a new vision, right? So we're coming out of this, right? We're going to be effed up. We're going to come out of this. We're going to be effed up. We're going to have to be humbled by a lot. We have to be humbled and realize we're not number one in a lot of ways, but we could be real easy because we have this awesome diversity that no other place has yet. And like, y'all, the racists got you all thinking backwards, right? If you're white, there's, I bet you, and I know it because it kind of is something that comes along with having the white the education. Your education is Eurocentric. So, yeah, so you have this idea that, well, all the good stuff comes from Euro, right? And so all the Euros are white. So that must mean white is the superior deal and like the superior culture, not even if genes. Because you could even be like a semi-liberal and be like, yeah, white, you know, white genes are all the same, but the white culture, that's gotta be something, right? No, dude, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. It's the mixture that makes us fucking awesome. It's the mixing. It's this diversity that does it. So here's how it is. Oh man, my stream is jacked up. Is it jacked up? What's going on? Is it streaming still? As far as I'm going, I'm streaming. Let me hit reset on this one. I'm going on 3 hours. I gotta stop it at 4 before 4. Before it won't save it. Okay. So it's a mixing. It's the mixing that makes us awesome. The races got you thinking the wrong way. Because it's not like Europeans got lucky, but they inherited a lot of their stuff from the Arabs, from the Muslim world, right? A lot of the alchemy, a lot of the knowledge was preserved by the Muslim world that no one wants to talk about. Oh yeah, no one wants to talk about it. Yeah, some Christian monks preserved it, but God, man, a lot of the progress was made by the Muslim world. A lot of it. But no one, but the racists don't want you talking about it. The racists in America don't want anything. They only want to talk about the Europeans and the Nordics and whatever. No. They don't want to talk about the Arabs. Then you look at America, and then I'm sorry, dude. Jazz is amazing. Jazz is an American thing. American, and more than American, right? Because American is like the container, but you look deeper. Jazz is a black thing. It's Black America. Black Americans made jazz, and jazz is amazing. So, and it's American. That came from diversity. That's why America is great. Not because America is pure, because America is diverse. Because Black America is made of diversity. Its essence is diversity. My goodness. Like if you want to get to like, it's like an injection of elementalism into the cold voidness of ideas. If you want to get like that, right? So all these other countries, you want to say you want to look at Germany, and you want to look at France, and you want to look at England and say, oh, poor Germany, poor France, poor UK, they're getting invaded by these brown people, these Muslims, invaded. Man, no, you guys have it all wrong. They're getting injected with fresh, like, cultural DNA. For real. They're getting injected with stuff that America's had for a long time, which is why America's so innovative. Why America has all these great, just crazy things popping off. Because number one, we have the space, and number two, we have all these mixing things just mixed up and going. So yeah, what's going to come out of Europe is something great. The injection of Middle East into Europe is going to be good for Middle Eastern, for both Middle East and for Europe. It's going to be great for them. You guys don't see the big picture. You got to see things in 4 dimensions, and you can't be tricked by the 3 dimensions that they want you to look at. So, okay, so you're looking at the bigger picture, right? Of diversity is strength. You have to understand that. You can't let the fascists trick you. Okay. Now, so America, right? I love America. America's great. What's something America has that no other place has? Native Americans. Woo! Woo! Yeah, yeah. I mean, America, there's lots of things that no other place has. Does any other place have blacks? Black Americans? No. You have black Cubans, and you have black Brazilians, and you have black like Japanese and black other places. But those are black those places. You don't have black. They're not black Americans. Only we have black Americans. And black every other culture too, right? Because American culture is its thing, its own thing. Okay. Why did I want to go off on that? Oh man, I went too deep off the love. Let's see. So American culture being its own thing. Oh wait, where's I going with that? Damn it, I went too far. So anyway, because they have this injection coming in of these new cultures mixing together are gonna make great things, great ideas. New cultural forms is what I'm saying. New expressions for humans to make, right? Because humans are the bridge, are the key point. So as a socialist, you understand this. And so what's good for a human is a good environment. So that naturally leads humans, socialists, to start taking care of other humans, and that gives them a purpose. And when you have a purpose, all you need now is a will. And when socialists control the government, that means the people control the government. And if the people will it, that means their will be done. So whatever the problem is, it'll start being taken care of some way or another via the government. Okay, the capital will be there. So here, let's look at one form of waste. Right now, under the capitalist model, humans are a form of waste. The way that the capitalists work, here, I'm gonna put on my capitalist hat again. All right, I'm a one percenter. I'm a one percenter, right? I own a business. Like, I don't actually work. That's what other people do. That's what y'all do. I take the profit, right, of all your work. All right. But the thing is that my profit depends on how little I pay you, to be honest. So I need to find a way to pay you as little money as possible. So when we come to the market, right, and you have the only thing you have to sell is labor. Right? And I have all this time and I have all this capital. I'm like, well, I can give you a wage. Let's negotiate to how much of a wage I'll give you. Let's negotiate to how much of a wage I'll give you. Now, I want you to accept as little money as much money as possible. So I want your bargaining position to be really precarious. So if you're like desperate for healthcare, if you're desperate for even food, if you're desperate for shelter, like, you will do almost anything to get to secure those things. So my job is to make the game around you, make it as hard for you as possible to secure those items, right? If you need healthcare, food, and shelter, my job is to make it really hard for you to get. So I'm going to privatize all the land around you so that you cannot get shelter. You can't just go somewhere and make shelter and live off that. because everything is privatized. If it's not privatized, the government owns it, and you're far, and like they'll tax you if they find you, and they'll say you can't live here without paying tax. So, and then you're externalizing your costs on the environment. So that's why they'll tax you. So, and I have capital, so I can pay the tax. And plus, I've done it in such a way that I don't pay hardly any taxes. I'm the 1%er because I have control of the government. So you're a worker, and we're bargaining now for how much I'm going to pay you. And I have all this comfort, I have this capital, so I can wait, right? If I don't like how much you're offering, I can wait. I don't mind. I have a lot of capital to sit on, and like I'm living fat. If I lived like you, I could live like 1,000 lifetimes on your level, but I'm not gonna live at your level for 1,000 lifetimes. I only have one lifetime to live. I'm gonna live fat and still have tons left over. So if I have to wait a little bit, I'm okay. You, on the other hand, have nothing. You have nothing. So if you're not working, you're gonna lose what little you have. You're gonna lose your shelter. You're gonna lose your food. You're gonna lose your health care, and then nature is gonna poke you with the sharp end of the stick, and you're gonna hate it again. So then you're gonna come back to the bargaining table and be like, "Yo, I'll do anything for you. What's up? Because I can't go. Like you can try to go off to nature and do your own, but we've taken over so much of the world that nature is far, far away. And we're killing more of nature as it goes along. So the only game to play is capitalism. Yeah, the only game to play is capitalism. So you have to play our game. So if you're not playing our game, like, then you die, right? If you don't dance the jig, you die. Okay. So everyone's dancing the jig. They're too busy dancing the jig to see the long view of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I need to keep you dancing the jig, because if ever things got so nice that you could stop dancing the jig, if you made enough money to be like, yo, I'm gonna take a break for like 5 years and just stop working. 5 years, just stop and just chill for 5 years while I'm young and have energy to do whatever I want. If ever you had that much time to chill and do nothing, you would realize yourself, well, you might educate yourself enough to realize that, oh, you're a 4-dimensional being, and that the system is effed up, and that everyone's in chains around you, and they're all dancing a jig to serve this guy up there. And then you're like, that's messed up. Why are people doing this? So then you come to a choice. You can either join them. I'm going to join them. And you join them. You join the 1%, right? I mean, maybe you can't reach their level, but if you're under them and if you dance their jig too, but you understand what the jig is about. Oh, okay, I'll dance a jig. Sure, buddy, sure, okay. And then you look down, and you see people below you who don't understand what the jig is about. They're so desperate, they're just dancing, just to keep going. But you're a little bit higher up, right? You've had enough time to realize, you have enough breathing space to understand yourself, to be like, oh, I see what's going on. If I play along, I have enough breathing space to keep, and I'll get this benefit. I'll keep them dancing the jig. So you get a little bit, and you get some, and then you're like, okay, I join them. I'm gonna make sure these guys stay in line. I know my place. I got it, boss. I know my place. I'll keep them in line. Dance your jig. Oh, you're never gonna know this, that you're 4-dimensional. You're 3-dimensional. Look at this pretty girl. Isn't she pretty? Look at her big boobies. Don't you want her big boobies? Oh my God, just check off. Oh my God. Oh, big boobies. Like, only look at this. Spend money, microtransactions. Put in your parents' credit card. Get the latest skins, right? Because, okay, now because look at, remember, that's what I was getting to. Remember? Because you have to keep people in debt. Because if you're not looking, you have to keep expanding your markets, right? The workers make too much money, and they make too much. Well, right now they make too much money, so they can't spend all their extra money. If they start realizing, if they stop working to realize what they are, then they'll fight your system. So you have to keep them preoccupied. You have to keep them in debt. How do you keep them in debt? Well, make them waste their money. How do you make them waste their money? Make them spend it on not real things, digital items like skins or whatever, skins or gestures or stuff. Make them spend money on nothing. You know, like pretty much you want to keep this. You're trying to pull money out of the system so that they're always starving. And another way of doing it is keep them in debt, because if they're in, now that's the thing, debt. Since you can't always workers don't make enough money to buy all the crap you produce, and you can't always export the crap to other places, right? Some places are walled off, like China or whatever, or the communist countries wall themselves off, and other markets like have tariffs or whatever. They have walls on them, so you don't always have a market to go to, and your market might be saturated. So, but you need a way to keep your workers in, like, working, like spending money. Yeah, you have to spend your stuff in order. You have to sell your stuff in order to make a profit. So and your workers don't understand they're four-dimensional creatures. So what you do is you invent this thing called debt, and you put these, and you're like, oh, I can make the spell, pshing, debt chain, pshing, my spell. It's a spell called debt chain, and what it does is you attach it to a creature, a lower creature who doesn't understand their four dimension. They only see 3 dimensions. And you put this chain on them called debt. And you attach that chain onto the future. They don't understand that the future is them. They don't see it. They don't get it. Because it's so far, because they can't look at themselves in 4 dimension. That they're so busy that their consciousness only looks at the 3 dimension. So they don't understand what it means to be in debt. So it's easy to put these chains on them. Now they have to dance a jig, because that's what the chain makes them do. They have to dance your jig with this debt thing. So what you do is you say, okay, you're a worker, and I'm gonna put you in debt. You have to have a car, you have to have a house, you have to have a really nice wedding ring, you have to have a nice education, you have to have the best computer, you have to have the best programs, you have to have the best clothes, the best shoes, you have to eat the best food, you have to drink the best coffee, you have to have the biggest TV, you have to have the latest phone. You have to have. Healthcare is so expensive. So if you dodge all these things, eventually time is going to catch you. And when because time is going to catch you. You're a 4-dimensional creature. So when you're young, you might be good at playing this game, right? While you're young, and you're like, hey, I've got enough money. I can keep jumping. Shing, 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 shing. Hey. I'm young. This is easy to keep jumping all these platforms, right? Because I play these games, so I understand how this game works. But you don't understand this game, because while you're young, you play this game when you have infinite energy to keep moving around on your avatar. But in real life, moving around costs you energy, and over time, your avatar degrades and will die. And as it degrades, it starts hurting. Hurting hurts. Hurting sucks. Hurting is bad. Chronic pain is terrible. There's a whole industry based on chronic pain, on managing meds and chronic pain. So don't take chronic pain lightly, dude. It comes from, if you get old, it comes for you. And if you get lucky enough to make it to old age, it will come for you. So you can dance now on the platform, on this platforming, but eventually your platforming days are going to end. You're going to blow out your knee. And so you're not going to be able to jump. And then so when that thing comes, it's going to knock you over. And then so that debt is going to kill you. That debt chain, you can't do your jig anymore. And that debt chain is going to weigh you down. That debt chain is going to weigh you down. So as a capitalist, I need you to be in debt. I need those chains on you to keep you dancing that jig. When that chain's weighing you down and you can't do the jig, you'll say, I can't do the jig anymore. They'll say, all right, do this. You can do a lesser jig, but I'll give you lesser money. So you're closer to the edge. And you're like, the debt chain's weighing on me. Okay, I'll do it. And so you're dancing this new jig. It's not as heavy. It's not as hard this other jig. But the chain's still weighing on you, right? You have to do the jig longer. Even longer, because now the time where the chain is stretched out. Sure, you can do this other jig. Sure, you can do this lesser jig. Just wear the chain longer. That's all. They need to keep you on the edge all the time. Because if ever you're not on the edge, if you ever don't have this chain on, if I'm not dancing this jig because I have to, I'll see. And I had that choice. I can choose to join them and make other people dance the jig and be like, yeah, you guys are indebted to me while I'm indebted to them. Yeah. Or I could be like, this is effed up, yo. This is effed up. This is no. We gotta get out of here, man. We gotta get out of here. You can't see it? You're blind? Let me help you. Let me help you. I'm putting my hands out. Here, feel my hands. Now other people might be like, stop it, dude. No, I'm not gonna do that. I understand. I know. I know. I know. Oh, fuck! No, it's cool. I get it. Ow, I get it. I understand. I know. I know. It's okay. Here's my hand. No. It's here. You got it? All right. Okay. Look over there. Just look over there. No, it's okay. You couldn't see. It's okay. It's all right. Look over there, guys. You get it? Right? You get it? Do you get it? Merry Christmas. PoGokeRo out.